Hi, my name is Matt Wells and I look after CADjobhunter.com. Part of my role, I get to see a good number of CVs, and unfortunately I do see some pretty bad ones. Therefore, I hope this short video will provide a few pointers into writing a winning CV and hopefully result in a few more interviews. Okay, so let's jump straight into Word. Okay, first things first, we need to get your name and your contact details on there. I like to utilise the header where I can. I'm not a big fan of white space, and this kind of maximises the paper. So what I like to do, I like to insert a table, and then within here we can stick our name. We can just move this over a little bit so that it fits in. In here we can put in our address and contact details. Now this all looks a little bit mucky, so let's just tidy it up. We can just put this in the center, do the same on the other side with this one. I'm not a big fan of the borders, so we can select no borders. Okay, so that's a good start, but really we want to make a punchy introduction about who we are and what we're looking to do. So we just want a soundbite in here. There's a few lines that's really going to stand out. Now, a recruiter, really what they want to know is who you are, what you've been doing, and what you want to do next. Here, I don't want to see any reference to how hardworking or what a brilliant communicator you are, because it's all a little bit cliche, and it's what everybody does, and it doesn't really add any value. Okay, next, I would stick in your employment. Well, in most cases, I'll stick in your employment. However, if you are pretty fresh out of education, then it might be worth sticking your education in next. But I think in most cases, stick your employment history next. So here we've put a kind of a different type of header just to make it stand out. We've put the dates that you've been employed there for. If you have had a short tenure, it might be worth just highlighting what it was, whether you were freelancing, it's a contract role, that sort of thing. You're only going to get asked, so it might be worth being as open, as early as possible. Stick your job title in there, and also the company that you're working for. You could put a URL in here as well if you choose. Next, put what you're doing in a nutshell, and then just bullet point your main task. And if you've had any noticeable achievements, then you could stick that in there as well. Copy this format through for your last roles. If you do have a little bit more experience, then it might be worth just highlighting, that as you go further down, just highlighting these, with the dates, your job title, and the company. Although if it's particularly relevant to the role that you're applying for, then it may be worth elaborating a little bit more. Okay, next section, I would stick in education in next. So much like employment, a similar sort of header, dates, what took place and what you did there. If you feel it's relevant, then you might want to expand on some of these a little bit more, but I'd personally keep it fairly brief. So next section would be skills. So here you can put things in like computer packages, your driving license, and any other sort of personal traits you feel are going to stand you in good stead for the role. Next, I would stick in your interests. You never know, the reader might see something in there that they can relate to, which would stand you in good stead. However, conversely, if you've got some interest that might be seemed a little bit dubious in some eyes, then it might be worth keeping them off. And then lastly, it's probably worth just putting a statement in there that references available upon request. It's not worth detailing your referees. In most cases, employers will ask for them anyway. So yeah, it just helps to keep the CV short and sharp and concise. Now, short and sharp isn't necessarily something that we've done here. We've actually moved on to like the third page. Now, I would say that 3 pages is the absolute maximum. but I would personally prefer 2 pages. And one thing that I would definitely wouldn't want to see is 3 pages where we've only got 3 lines on the 3rd page. So really we can do something about that. We can utilize, we can make some of the margins smaller, we can put in some columns just so that our page, our CVs are, just a little bit easier on the eye. So here we could put this into a column. We can remove this space here, so we can highlight this. We can go to page layout, column 2. Now this looks a little bit awkward, so if we select here, we can put in a column break. We can reduce this, and then we can make this margin, or we could make that margin a little bit smaller, along with our header up here. So we've got everything on one page there. However, I notice we've got a header here where the main context is separated from the 2 pages. Therefore, if we just insert a page break, we now have a nicely balanced document over 2 pages, which is perfect. And so I think that this is it's easy on the eye, it's easy to follow, it's to the point, and and I think that will stand us in good stead to get an interview out of that. So that's it. That's kind of my guide to a winning CV. If you have any questions, then feel free to email me at info@cadjobhunter.com. Thanks for watching, and take care.